viewers, welcome to our weekly program, Unknown History. We are questioning a lot of historical things and unknown things. We are trying to unveil all of the things in the history. We are going to ask questions which was not questions before, such as why apostles of Jesus Christ, they didn't stay in Jerusalem, but they mostly came to Anatolia, and people converted to Christianity very easily those days. The reason why, and also another question we will talk about in the second part of the program. When the Turks came to Anatolia, a lot of Christians converted to Islam also very quickly. We are going to talk about the reasons of these two important questions. Thank you very much for joining us in our program, and thank you very much for returning our program. We receive some messages from WhatsApp and from email as well. Thank you for the kind attention. We kindly request you to follow our YouTube channel, Natural TV. You can follow our videos if you miss any of these videos, or if you want to watch our previous programs, you can follow from in English language as well. Yes, we will talk about apostles, and they came and visited Anatolian cities, but not Middle Eastern mostly, but they came to Anatolia. The biggest reason the apostles coming to Turkey was Anatolia was very populated area those days, and different kinds of nationals were living in Anatolia, from Celts to Greeks, from some Armenians also were living those days. It was like a melting pot, Anatolia. And also there were the most populated cities of the ancient time, such as Antioch or Ephesus, Constantinopolis. It was Constantinopolis long time ago. It's Istanbul now, of course. Very populated areas in those era. So apostles came and visited big cities and important centers of Anatolia. Not only that, also St. John brought Mother Mary to Ephesus, one of the most important centers of Anatolia as well. And the Mother Mary has got a house in there. Today, many Christians all around the world, they are coming and visiting Ephesus, coming to Izmir city first by plane. And after Izmir, it is easy to access to Selçuk, Ephesus. Ephesus name is today Selçuk kasabası, ilçesi. Then the people can reach there by highway. The government built a beautiful highway in between Selçuk and Ephesus and Izmir. Ancient name of Izmir was Smyrna, and this Smyrna in United States name comes from Izmir as ancient name. And when you come to Ephesus, you're going to get surprised, because you're not going to see only St. John's church, or you can also see the Mary's home, Mother Mary's home. And there is also one interesting thing is one of the gospel writers, his name is Luke. His gospel was chosen as one of the chosen gospels, four gospels of Christianity, Anno Domini 325. And his grave is also in Ephesus, waiting for your visit. Not only that, but also the seven sleepers, the people who slept around of 350 years. Their story has been mentioned in the Bible as well. You can see it, and it is also written in Quran, and their life story, how they lived and how they suffered because of the Caesars of Roman Empire. Unfortunately, Christians were killed by Caesar those days, especially Hadrianus was very unmerciful Caesar, and Diocletianus was the ruler of the Asia state. Asia name comes from Western Turkey, and the Roman Empire had given a name for the western part of Turkey as an Asia state, and later this name was given to continent name. But when you come and visit Ephesus, Izmir, Smyrna, those areas, typical like landscape is like Italy and Greece, and but the name only the Asia, but it doesn't look like Central Asia or Far East. The landscape is completely like Southern European climate style, and also the floras, faunas are very similar, even much more richer, and not only these apostles, but also Saint Philippus. He was a monotheist Christian, and he was giving the message of God to the people in Anatolia those days. And many people converted to Christianity. They stopped believing in planets, or they stopped believing in statues those days. And of course, Caesar was not very happy, because the Roman Caesars were controlling all the people in the empire by the religion of Romans. So when this new religion came, and this new religion was against every kind of obsessors, and the Caesar was not very happy and tried to kill all the Christians. Unfortunately, many Christians were killed in Anatolia by Caesar's soldiers. And Saint Philippus, who wrote a gospel as well, he was also killed in Hierapolis. Hierapolis means in English language holy city, but that city is called in Turkish today Cotton Castle, or Castle of Cotton. If you write on Google Pamukkale or Hierapolis or Saint Philippus, please define the city. And because the city is very beautiful, not only because of the wonderful Hierapolis ruin area, it's very beautiful, but also you can see a nature wonder, a great nature wonder. It became itself by the speciality of the water. There is a calcare inside of the water, and while it is flowing from the hill, it left the white calcare inside, and it has got very beautiful view. And all around the world, people are coming and visiting that area. But unfortunately, they didn't know Saint Philippus was killed in Hierapolis by the Caesar, by the Roman army. And the city is going to get you surprised, really, because it's so beautiful, not only historically, but the landscape is so beautiful. And the climate is a little bit hot in the summertime, in between from 15th of July and the 15th of August. I recommend you to come before 15th of July and after 15th of August, because the climate is getting much more cooler. And of course, you can visit also in the during the summertime, even if it is hot, because the global warming is trouble not only Turkey but everywhere. And another question is, many Christians later, the Turks, came from Central Asia, and the Christians converted to Islam very easily, and Turkish soldiers or Turkish government didn't force them to be Muslim. But there was some scholars like Mevlana Celaleddin Rumi in Konya city. His teaching was based on love, loving each other and calling everyone, doesn't matter who they are. His teaching is based on love, and his book is Mesnevi, is very famous in the world, and the famous world authors such as Paulo Coelho and his book The Alchemist is based on the story which was mentioned also in Mesnevi. Mesnevi is feeding mentality really, and when people read Mesnevi those days and the Mevlana teaching, the Christians in Konya city and Anatolia converted very easily, because Mevlana's teaching based on love and the Christian teaching was based on love. It was very similar each other, and the Christians in Anatolia converted very quickly. And the name of Konya comes from icons, because Konya name was Ikonia. Ikonia means the city where the icons made, built, or all Anatolian cities. Icons were made in Konya city and delivered all part of Anatolian cities as well. That is why the city comes from this word. And not only Mevlana, but also some other schools in Anatolia, such as Hacı Bayram Veli in Ankara city. These kind of scholars also called people to the peace and to love each other. This kind of tolerance and the tolerating ideology in Anatolia affected Christians in Ankara also. Many people in Ankara converted to Christianity during the Selçuklu or Ottoman period. But doesn't matter if they didn't choose Islam, the people, they got used to living together and they loved their neighbors very much. They were sharing their pains, their troubles, problems. They were trying to help each other really. Anatolia was also a melting pot between Christians and the Muslims. They lived in peace long time. Unfortunately, some imperialists, of course, they tried to divide Turkey, and when they decided to divide and to weaken our country, they promised some Christian minorities in Anatolia, and they gave weapons, money, and terrorized these people, and unwillingly that there was a terrible war, in a civil war started. Not ordinary people, but some nationalists people started this kind of trouble because they were promised by the imperialists of the West, some Western countries, and Turkey had to do something for that, and we started our independence war, and we won it. After winning this war, of course, Turkey protected Christian churches or Jewish synagogues. And today, Christians and Jews in Turkey are living in peace with the Muslims as well in Istanbul and Izmir and some other cities. And we don't have this kind of problems anymore. And unknown history today try to find the answer of why apostles came to Anatolia, and why Christians of Anatolia had chosen Islam very fast. And we answered these questions today. Thank you very much for joining our program today. Hopefully we want to meet again. We would like to meet you again in our following program. Goodbye. See you.